everyone, Chocolo here for another limited edition review. It's the Cadbury Caramel Flavour Twirl. Yes, I say limited edition. So caramel flavour, you'll notice immediately that there's no actual caramel in it, or at least, well, there isn't really, yeah, it's just caramel flavour. So you can see all the watermark there, limited edition, which is nice. Give this twirl a whirl, yeah. But disappointing, I think you'd be hoping, I mean, it's not, I mean, I don't think they're really fooling you here, you know, but even so, I think you'd be hoping it actually had caramel in it. So it's a bit of a shame that it's not really. I've had the caramel flavoured Aero before, and that was a bit of a similar problem really, where it just, you know, it was not too bad, but just didn't have caramel in it, and the caramel flavour Aero melts as well. But it's just been so much better to have actual caramel in it, and I think that's just going to be the problem with this one, I think. But we'll see. Twirl's a very nice chocolate. I do quite like twirls. I believe they've changed the recipe. A few people were mentioning in the Discord chat that Twirl sort of changed not as good as it was, basically, the Cadbury chocolate involved with it. So yeah, I'm not sure. I've not noticed specifically myself because I don't think I've actually had a proper Twirl for some time now. Because we're also reviewing lots of other chocolate, you know what I mean? So yeah, no time for regular chocolate. Well, not as much time as I'd like anyway. Normally I'd have it in Heroes actually, that's usually where I experience it, but there we go. Intense Cadbury milk chocolate with caramel flavour, there we are, okay. So I quite like the wrapper, it's nice, it's got like sort of caramel motifs on it, and like, so it's got limited edition in that sort of watermarky approach there. Not too bad. Anything else does it say? Cocoa Life, partnering with Fairtrade Foundation, cocolife.org. Anything else? Mega license from Cadbury, UK Limited. Get in touch if you're not happy and stuff like that. Cadbury.co.uk. 2 caramel flavour milk chocolate fingers. There we go. Not too many ingredients there. It's got palm fat in, as you can see there. Flavourings. Some caramel. The milk size 14% minimum. Cocoa size 25% minimum. Contains vegetable fats in addition to cocoa butter. 43 gram bar. So vegetarians. Interesting, it doesn't have the green dot on it there, it just has to throw in the bin, so I don't know if that means Cadbury don't support recycling. Then you got the Queen approved symbol there, the Queen approves. By appointment to Her Majesty the Queen, Cadbury Bourneville UK Limited, something like that. I can't quite read it, it's a bit too small a print. Which basically says something along those lines. Okay, anything else? Anything under the flap? There's a few calorie information, of course. Calorie information. Each 21.5 grams contains, I think that's one finger, 114 calories, 6.3 grams of fat, 3.6 of which are saturates. Yeah, there you go. One portion each, 6% of your recommended intake of calories. Yeah, 2 portions per pack. Yeah, each finger, 21.5 grams. We've got per 100 grams there. 530 calories, 29 grams of fat, 17 of which are saturates. There you go, per finger as well. 21.5 grams, there you are, yeah. So there we go. That's what we said over there. 114 calories, 6.3 grams of fat, 3.6 of which are saturates. Okay, well, the packaging looks very good, but let's have a look at it on the inside. So let's give it an open. Let's do it. Okay then everyone, you're going to give this Cadbury Caramel Flavour Twirl an open. Limited edition of course, limited edition. Yeah, I think I got this, where did I get this from? It was from Home Bargains actually. Not sure if it's available anywhere else. That was the tip off I received, I think from Scotty, so thanks so much Scotty in Discord chat. So time recording I've done about, how much have I done? 930 reviews pretty much. So if you like this video, please click the like button and subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already. In the top right corner, I've got links to place all my other reviews as well as some related ones. So yeah, after you watch this one, go check those out. Hopefully enjoy those too. So when I bought it, it was a very hot day actually, but we've done not so bad, not much meltage there. If you ever do have a hot day and there's lots of chocolate in the house, just don't touch it basically, make sure nothing else is in contact with it and you should be okay. But there we go. So yeah, so those who don't know, probably have guessed by now, but Twirl is basically 2 fingers, sort of like a sort of flake style, chocolate basically, or by flake I mean as in it's sort of flaky chocolate in the Cadbury flake style. And it's usually like sort of, how would you describe it? Drizzled, I guess, or layered maybe, to sort of give it a sort of flaky centre basically. But then this one's enrobed in milk chocolate, not just left. So you can kind of see the sort of flakiness centre coming through a bit there. There's a caramel smell coming from it actually. It's a pretty strong caramel smell. It's quite nice. It's definitely sort of, I don't know, feels a bit fake if you know what I mean, but nonetheless it does smell of caramel. Let's give a bit of a measurement, shall we? So it's not going to be perfectly accurate. This is a bit knobbly at the sides, but we'll do what we can. 10.8, 10.9 centimetres there. Do leave one just in case. I say it's a bit knobbly. There. 10.7 there. So you can see there's a bit of variance, but it's quite similar. Similar enough, I think you'd say. Okay, let's do the old width as well. Again, it's a bit knobbly. 1.6. Just do the other one just for completeness. About 1.7, so yeah, not too bad. And height, 1.7. 1.6, so it can depend. There's a bit of variance there, but there we go. All right, so let's, shall we give it a bit of a snap? There we go. Yeah, so you can see the lovely inside there of the twirl. So you can see there that lovely sort of wavy layered chocolate there. Imagine it just being drizzled down, can't you? It does look very beautiful. Arty, what you'd say. I could happily hang that on my wall. A picture of that. All right, well, I think we need to give them a taste, so let's give them a taste. Okay, then everyone, give this new Cadbury Limited Edition Caramel Flavour Twirl a taste. Looks very nice there, doesn't it? Looks very nice. But yeah, does it taste nice? Well, we've got one we opened earlier, as you can imagine. Well, this one. This one we opened. It is actually open. Yeah. Put it together quite well, so you couldn't really tell from the front image, but there we go. Yeah, so we've got, let's say, half a sort of finger here. So those you don't know, you probably might have skipped this part. It's a 2-finger bar. 2 of these fingers, essentially. That sort of nice ripply. I think ripple. There's a Galaxy Ripple, which is a sort of take on Cadbury Flake. Like a wavy, ripply, layered chocolate in the middle, but enrobed in another layer of milk chocolate. So yeah, flavoured caramel this time. So yeah, there's a strong caramel smell coming from it. But does it taste of caramel? Well, I assume so, but does it work when there's no actual caramel in it? So imagine caramel in between all these twirly, flaky type layers. I think it'd be very nice. But yeah, let's give it a taste. Let's do it. Interesting. Interesting. I'm not sure, you know, it's a very strange taste. It does give it a sort of very odd taste, I think you'd say. It tastes odd. It tastes odd. I don't necessarily in a bad way, but the implication is that it's a bad way, of course, by the fact it tastes odd, but it tastes different. Nice and flaky. It's quite soft because it's a warm day here today, but you still get the flake experience, but it just has a bit of the caramel flavour is very strange. It tastes a bit like a bit like the sort of, I wouldn't say it doesn't really taste like a Werther's Original or the toffee penny from Quality Street, but it's going that way. It has that sort of buttery toffee-like taste to it, really, rather than a caramel taste, I think. I'm not sure that's really what I'd be wanting from this. I'd want an actual caramel taste now. It's an odd flavour. Yeah. I don't think it's because when it's mixed with the chocolate, it just turns out that way. Because it just doesn't work very well with the chocolate, which could be the case. You know what I mean? It could be the fact that the caramel mixed with the Cadbury sort of chocolate has just not worked. It's an interesting one. I don't know if I dislike it. I don't know if I like it. I don't know. It's not quite what I'd expect. It's a very odd taste, basically. Yeah. It doesn't really taste of caramel. It tastes a bit like a sort of. It tastes almost like a Werther's Original flavoured twirl to me. If you imagine that, that's kind of more what I'm getting here. And I'm not sure that's really what I'd be wanting from a caramel flavoured twirl. Yeah. I mean, really, I'd want actual caramel in it, but if it's just caramel flavoured, I'd certainly want it to have a caramel taste rather than a Werther's Original taste. I know you might be saying that Werther's Original is kind of caramel, but it's more of a toffee, I would say, wouldn't you? I mean, I don't know if you had Werther's Original before, but it's basically like a sort of, you can get soft versions, but it's generally like a hard candy that's sort of like a butter toffee type taste. And I think it might be the fact it's mixed with the chocolate that's giving it more of that buttery taste. But either way, it just comes out as tasting a bit like that. So yeah, if you imagine a Werther's Original flavoured twirl, that's kind of what you're getting. And it's not necessarily a bad thing, but I'm not sure it's what I'd be wanting from a caramel flavoured twirl. So I don't know. I don't really know how to rate this one. It's strange. I feel like, to start with, it should just have caramel in it. I think that would solve the problems, and you'd probably be talking 4.5, 5 out of 5 for that. But as it stands, I don't know. I think it's not really just having caramel flavour. I just don't think it works having something that's caramel flavoured. I think you'd actually want caramel. I don't think it's a type of chocolate product that anyone really wants. You want actual caramel. I mean, you could have orange flavoured things and mint flavoured things. You don't really want actual mint in. You don't really want actual orange. I mean, of course, not to say that would be bad, but I think generally it's relatively accepted that orange flavoured chocolate and mint flavoured chocolate and other things similar to that are actually what people really want and work better than actually having orange or mint in it. Whereas with caramel, I think you really actually want caramel in it. You know what I mean? I don't think you want caramel flavour, and it just doesn't seem to work. I've never really had a caramel flavoured product where it's actually really been better than actually having caramel in there, or that it's even really replicated the actual experience of having caramel. I mean, never could really, but at least as far as the taste is concerned, you don't even manage that. So yeah, and I'll say this one, it really does just taste like you're having a Werther's original flavoured twirl. Now it could be, I'll say, the fact that the flavour mixed with the Cadbury chocolate has just caused that. I don't know, or it's the actual flavour itself, I'm not sure. But nevertheless, that's the end result. So yeah. So a hard one to rate, really. I'm not sure what to make of it. I feel like, as I say, it's not the product you'd want for certain. I think you'd certainly want it to taste as if it has caramel in it, at the least, really. I think you'd say. I think you'd also be disappointed about the fact it doesn't really have caramel in it. I mean, even though it doesn't really pretend to have caramel, but the implication could be taken that it does have caramel in it. You know what I mean? So yeah, a difficult one to rate. I think the actual gist of it is there's no actual caramel. It tastes like a Werther's original twirl. So with these two things, I think it's not the product you want, but it still tastes okay. It tastes very original. Werther's original. It's a really hard one to say. I think it's disappointing because of the fact that it doesn't really taste like you'd expect it to. And I think it's disappointing by the fact they haven't really put caramel in there, but they don't really pretend to as such. But you know, you could be thinking there is caramel in there, but it does have flavour on it in quite prominent letters, and it does show the product with no caramel in. So you know, it's one of those. But yeah, I think it's disappointing, but it's still not too bad. But it's, as I say, it just tastes a bit funny. I don't know if I can really mark it down for that, because it still tastes okay. But you know, as I say, it tastes more like a Werther's original flavoured twirl rather than a caramel flavoured twirl. But it's still not bad. So I think for me, I'm torn. I think it's a 3 for being a bit disappointing. I think it's a 4 for the fact that it still tastes reasonably good. So on one hand, it's a 4 out of 5, but on the other hand, it's a 3 out of 5. So 3.5 out of 5, meet in the middle. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed that review. Thanks so much for watching. Yes, click the like button and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Check out the links in the description for the Discord server and the YouTube member program. Discord server is great to keep in touch with myself and the community. Member program is a great way to help support the channel and get some perks back depending on what tier you pick. Check out the various links appearing on the screen now. Go to support the channel as well by keeping watching my content, so thank you so much. Leave a comment or free, always great to hear from you, always doing my best to reply. And have a great day as well, and I'll see you next time.